So, the IMDb top 100 films. Shall we look at films 60 to 51? Roll the title. Hi guys, I am Mr. Scotty Pie and I am back for another video. This is the newest episode in the series of the IMDb top 100 films. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, basically I just look at the top 100 IMDb rated films and talk about my thoughts on them, or if I've seen them or not. If I've not heard them, I read a description a bit and basically talk about my thoughts on this list. I've actually not seen this list at all yet, so I'm going to be reviewing and reacting to this list as I talk to you as well. If you haven't seen any of the videos, that are all available on my channel, but you do not have to see them to understand what's going on here. So without further ado, please do consider that like button and also that subscribe button while you're down there. Let's jump into number 60 on the IMDb top 100 list. This is Disney's Coco. This is actually a film I watched very recently, in the last month actually, for the first time. I've got Disney Plus, so I thought let's try watching this film. If you see me looking down, by the way, my laptop's here with the list on. It makes sense. I think this was a fantastic film, and completely understand why it is on this list. I really can. I thought it was a beautiful film, set in Mexico about the Day of the Dead, and it tells this story through music and fantastic imagery. It teaches people about Mexicans and the way they treat like death, and the way they celebrate death rather than mourning, and it's really clever and really great and really beautiful. And I think it's very much a learning film, which most Disney films try to put some education in this, and it's done in such a fun and exciting and great way. If you've not seen Coco, I would recommend it. Even if you don't have kids, I'd recommend it. Most Disney films you can enjoy at any age anyway. So, number 59 on the IMDb top 100 film is Avengers Infinity War. I'm not too shocked to see this on this list, actually. The impact that these films had, the MCU films and the Avengers films, and the massive fan base it has, I'm not at all shocked to see this on this list. At number 59, I think that's a fair, obviously, I think it's a fair spot on the list. Obviously, there's a few films which are lower down this list. I think should have been above Avengers. If you watch those videos, you'll see and understand some of those films are personally offended by their position on this list. Avengers Infinity War is one of my favourite films when it comes to blockbusters. I'm a huge MCU fan. Obviously, this was the start of like a double bill when it comes to Avengers, which was like Infinity War and Endgame. But obviously, the third Marvel film, Infinity War and Endgame, kind of was number 1 and number 2 in a 2-film sequel I kind of see it as. But yeah, one film I absolutely loved. 58. Okay, so we then have Avengers Endgame. So straight away we go straight into the next Marvel film. Yeah, kind of talks about the impact that the Infinity War had. Endgame was massive, the highest grossing film of all time. So for that reason alone, I'm not shocked to see it on this list. The cultural impact, as I said, was massive. But yeah, so Avengers Endgame. I can't really talk too much about it because I've just talked about Infinity War. What did you think, though? Do you believe the Avengers and Marvel films should be on a list like this of greatest films, when this is more of a popcorn action adventure film? Let me know your thoughts. I agree this should be on the list, but I'm biased as I adore the MCU. So going to number 57 on the IMDb top 100 is another Marvel film, but not an MCU film. This is Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. I'm actually really not shocked to see this on this list either, more so than the Avengers. The impact that Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse had was huge. It was Oscar nominated. I can't remember if it won or not. But what this film did for animation and animated films was incredible. It's shown that animated films and comic book films don't have to be childish, but to have a really impactful and interesting and well done story. The art was phenomenal. Everything about this film was absolutely fantastic. I 100% agree this should be on this list. I think this is one of the top 100 films. I agree. I think it's one of the greatest animated films, up there with obviously like Pixar films and Disney films. Not as in obviously storyline and things like that, but within this realm of animated films, this is 100% up there and battling with the best of them. So, number 56, we have a film I've not heard of. I believe this is a foreign language film going by the cast and crew. This is a film from 2016 and it's called Dangal. It's said to be an action biography drama. So, I've not heard of this film before, so what I'm going to do is read through the description of this film from IMDb. And that is, former wrestler Mahiva Singh Pogat and his two wrestler daughters struggle towards glory at the Commonwealth Games in the face of a social oppression. Okay, this sounds very interesting. Sounds like something I definitely would enjoy. It said biography. I'm not sure if this is a true story then or not, or this is just a biography of a fictional character. I'm not sure. If you do know, please let me know in the comments. This does seem like a film I'd very much enjoy, actually. Sounds interesting, sounds poignant, and definitely one I will definitely look out for. But what do you think? Have you seen this film? Would you recommend this film? Do you believe it should be in the top 100 list? Please do let me know in the comments below. So, number 55. This is the film I actually heard of for the very first time today. I was watching an old Blind Wave video, not realised last week. I'm not sure if you know Blind Wave. They're a YouTube channel and they do a lot of reactions. One I'm a big fan of and a big subscriber to. Now I'm actually talking about this film just today, actually. I don't know anything about it. I literally just heard the name Your Name and the film being thrown around. It's from 2016. It's an animation drama fantasy. I'm going to read the description because I've not heard of this one before, just of the name. And it's two strangers find themselves linked in a bizarre way. When a connection forms, will distance be the only thing to keep them apart? It looks like obviously a foreign language film. I'm assuming this might be an anime. But I don't know. I'm getting into anime recently, so I'll be well up for this. And when I was watching that Blind Wave video, they did say how great it was. So this is definitely one I will be looking out for 100%. It sounds interesting, the storyline does, so I'm looking forward to learning more about that. Have you seen it? I'm assuming I might be one of the only fans who haven't seen this kind of genre. So do let me know what you think about this film in the comments, and do you believe it should be number 55 on this list? If not, where would you put it on this list, if you'd put it on this list at all? Number 54 on this list is Capernaum, another film I've never heard of. Not heard of the cast and crew either. Oh yes, I have. I've heard of the director, Charlie Chaplin. So obviously, you don't think it's in. Oh yes, it's a Charlie Chaplin film. I didn't read the cast and crew properly. City. I'm reading the wrong thing. Cut and go. Capernaum. I've not heard of this film. By the cast and crew, it seems like it's a foreign language film. It's from 2018 and it's a drama. So, to read the description, while serving a 5-year sentence for a violent crime, a 12-year-old boy sues his parents for neglect. Wow, this does seem like a bit heavy. Sounds interesting, definitely sounds interesting. Definitely, I'm actually, thinking about this film already. I'm like, I wonder how this film goes. I'm already sold on this film, and I've literally read the description. Yeah, it sounds fantastic. I'm very much intrigued by this film. It's definitely a film I now want to watch already. Capernaum. Have you heard of this film? Have you seen this film? Would you recommend this film? I'd love to know in the comments below. Is this one I should definitely look out for? Already I'm intrigued, and I do enjoy a good drama, so I'm sold already. But please let me know if I should be, or should I stay away from this film? I would love to know. Number 53 on this list is a Charlie Chaplin film from 1931, one he directed and starred in. This is called City Lights. I said a Charlie Chaplin film. I don't think I've seen City Lights, but I've definitely heard of it. So I'm just going to read the description for this one. Obviously, it's a comedy, drama, romance. Like most Chaplin films, it's obviously going to be a comedy. With the aid of the wealthy, erratic tippler. So the writing on this is dreadful on this website. It's light grey writing on white background. Thanks for that. A dewy-eyed tramp, obviously that was Charlie Chaplin's character, the tramp, who has fallen in love with a slight flower girl, accumulates money to be able to help her medically. I think I've actually seen this film. I'm reading that as I've seen quite a lot of Charlie Chaplin films, but I didn't recognise this film. Reading the description, I've seen this film. I'm like 90% sure I've seen this film, and it's actually a Charlie Chaplin film I absolutely adore. So, if I'm right, one, how did I not remember that film? I know it's one of his most famous, City Lights. I knew the name instantly, but not the description. But yeah, fantastic film. I said it's one of my favourite Charlie Chaplin films. It makes me even stupider that I can't remember it. The second Charlie Chaplin film on this list, obviously, we already had The Great Dictator, obviously one of the greatest physical comedy actors of all time. So fantastic to see him recognised so highly on this list as well, at 2 positions. So 52 is a film called Modern Times, another Charlie Chaplin film. This one's from 1936. Let's read this one. The tramp struggles to live in modern industrial society with the help of a young homeless woman. I have not seen this film. Now, I've read the thing. I was like, oh, I don't think I've seen this one. But I wasn't sure, like I was with City Lights. But yeah, reading the description, I know I've not seen this film. One I will definitely check out because I'm a big Charlie Chaplin fan. I think he's a legend of the game. 1936, another one directed and starring Chaplin himself. Like most of these films are. But yeah, definitely one I will be checking out. I do love Chaplin. Do you believe this one should be higher or lower than City Lights and The Great Dictator? Let me know in the comments below. So to finish off the IMDb Top 100 video this week is number 51. A film I'm very, very shocked to see this low on the list. I thought this could be a top 10. Not a film I've seen, but by the reactions and reviews I've heard for this, I thought this would be a top 10 film. This is a 1942 film, Casablanca. I've always known this to be one of the greatest films ever made by people, what I've heard. I know of this film. I think I've seen clips of this film and never seen the film all the way through. This is a drama romance film set during the war. So I'm just going to give you a quick read of the description, which is a cynical American let's try it again. A cynical American expatriate struggles to decide whether or not he should help his former lover and her fugitive husband escape from Morocco. Obviously, this is a film I know I need to see. I can already see people in the comments going, "What? You've not seen this film? This is disgusting." I agree. I will get on this as soon as I can. I will get Casablanca watched. I promise. What did you think, though? Do you agree this should be a much higher position on this list, or do you agree 51 is the right position, or do you agree it should be a lot lower on the list? I would love to know in the comments below. But that is this week's top 10 this list. If you did enjoy this video, I do release these videos every Tuesday, so please do come back next week for the next list, which will be 50 to 49. Yes, we're already in the top 50 going from next week. Let me know your thoughts on the films listed this week in the comments. I do respond to all comments, so please do drop it in there and then start a conversation down there. If you did enjoy this video, please do consider that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, I also do trailer reactions, movie reviews, movie news, and general movie talk. Please do consider that subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. I am Mr. Scotty Pie, and I am out of here.